Oh no, my raid has dried. Hey there, this is Tom with Tom's Tech Show, and my Synology NAS recently had a few drives die, and since I'm using the Synology Hybrid RAID, it allows me to at least get through 2 drive failures. 3 would be really hard. I think the whole RAID array would fail, but 2, it definitely was still able to run, still able to keep the virtual infrastructure going. But I did jump on Amazon and order some new little, these are Samsung 860 Evo drives, 2 terabytes, and replace those. So to do this, inside the Synology management, there's the storage manager. You pull up the storage manager application, and I see here that drive 5 is red, which means it's bad. At this point, I'd already replaced drive 4 because drive 4 was completely dead, and drive 5 is in a warning state. So you can see here that it's repairing from drive 4. Now, one thing you don't want to do, of course, you really don't want to replace both those drives at the same time. If one of them is kind of working already, let that work, replace the heavier failed drive, and then let that completely regenerate until it is done, and then replace the next drive. Okay, so what you can do to help identify, since there's like 12 bays, which drive is it that I'm replacing, you can click on hard drive SSD menu here and select the drive that's in fault or in warning, and click on the actions and switch drive indicator status. You tell it to do it for a minute or however long you're going to want it to be on, and then you're going to see a little red light on the drive that needs replacing. So this array actually happened to only have 6 drives in it, so I was able to pull some of the blank trays out and replace get the drives mounted ahead of time. Sometimes you don't have that luxury. I just happened to this time. So make sure you got all your tools and everything ready to swap the drive out. Then we snap the drive back in. We go back to our storage array, and we select our, what do they call it? It's the volume. No, it's the storage pool, and go action, repair. So we're going to repair it, and in the next window that comes up is the choose drive. So I just added drive number 5 here, which is my SSD 860 Evo 2 terabytes. So just confirm that it's the correct drive size, that everything that you put in there. It's going to say all data on the newly added drive will be erased, which yes, we want to do that because we want to rebuild our array. Then you click apply, and then here it's going to start repairing and checking consistency and parity and everything like that. And then in the end, you're going to get, all your green lights are happy, and everything else in your array will be back functional again. Now, one thing that goes on when this is rechecking this parity consistency. So if you have other drives in that array that are weak, like you have some SSDs that are getting towards the end of their life, they're getting weak, or in other cases, if you're actually using spinning hard drives, actually mechanical spinning hard drives, and you switch these drives, you're now going to be almost putting all those drives in there at the highest stress they're going to be under, and all of them are going to be under that stress at the same time while this parity is being regenerated. So definitely have a backup of your array before you start this, because putting all the drives under stress, and there's a drive that's near failure, you can have a second drive fail, or even I've had a third drive fail, and the whole array crashes because you're now generating a super amount of heat because all the drives are activated. You're now stressing the drives out, to a very high level, regenerating this parity across all drives. So we used to take and make sure to order drives from different vendors, order drives at different times so that we get different drives from different lots, and then get, every 6 months we would order a set of drives and switch some out, and put dates on the drive so you know which ones are from which order, and then be able to, slowly blend in some newer drives into the older drives, and then always pull the older drives out and blend in newer drives as you move forward. Doing this like every 6 months. It allows the array to stay fresher. You're like preempting any drive failures, but if you do have, a massive, massive drive failures, because you do get bad lots, right? You'll get a bad lot of, 2 or 3 drives in an order, and then that, that can crash an array easily. So doing that kind of blended thing, kind of constantly harvesting and refreshing your drives and stuff in your array really helps to keep that array going and keep, data secure on that, so that you don't have like a major outage or failure. But my array is back up and running. Now I gotta see if I can get some warranties on these drives and see what it is. But I prefer to put, instead of trying to get warranties on those, I do try and get new, brand new drives to put in there, because instead of like a remanufactured drive or anything else, especially with SSD, I just prefer clean, fresh stuff in there. All right. Well, hopefully this helps you out. And if you got a Synology NAS, I love them. We have several of them, along with a big Dell SAN and stuff in our lab. All working good. Hopefully they'll be staying working good. But, I know we can replace the drives and keep it up and running. So hopefully your storage is staying running too. All right. Thanks for watching this one. Take care.